Muchísimas gracias. Gracias a todos por quedarse hasta este momento. Ya es la última parte de nuestra cumbre. Tenemos un panel increíble, refrescante, tan refrescante como el drink que espero que nos echemos después de este panel. No se puede dejar de hilar lo que decía Natalia hace un momento, que es la educación, las inversiones con el emprendimiento. Este panel de cierre es un panel que me apasiona muchísimo porque tenemos a 6 jóvenes que están liderando la transformación a través del emprendimiento. Es importantísimo hilar las políticas públicas, hilar las iniciativas. Limited. Cantal Baker, founder of Picala Bikes in Morocco. Andrés Bisonó, founder of SOS Carbon from here, Dominican Republic. Miguel Ángel Carvajal, founder of Get Up and Go from Colombia. And Tuta Petrus, founder of Kamat from Namibia. Thank you everyone for being with us. I would like to start the panel with the Minister Didier. Minister, what role does innovation play in your strategy for promoting sustainable tourism in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, particularly in balancing conservation efforts with increasing tourist demand in key areas such as national parks and cultural heritage sites?
Thank you very much. I think I would be the only person to speak in French in this room because my English is not perfect. But before to start, I would like the technique to send like a video because to speak I need to change something about perception. And I think the Colombian minister talk about it. Perception is something like can be changed. Maybe he can put the sound, because when people think about my country.
C'est la terre d'une gastronomie aux 1000 saveurs. C'est la terre des montagnes neiges éternelles et des volcans ardents. C'est la terre d'un majestueux et puissant fleuve aux innombrables affluents et confluents, traversés par des rivières et des lacs à la beauté paradisiaque, offrant un spectacle que vos yeux ne pourront voir nulle part ailleurs. C'est la terre des minerais stratégiques qui abreuvent la technologie mondiale. C'est la terre de la grande forêt tropicale humide, poumon écologique de l'humanité, avec ses gardiens détenant les secrets ancestraux. C'est la terre de Zingakuvu, de Kimpavita, de Kimbangu, de Lumumba. C'est la terre de l'ambiance et de la rumba. C'est la terre de l'élégance. C'est la terre du combat du siècle. C'est la terre de l'hospitalité légendaire. C'est le cœur de l'Afrique. C'est la République démocratique du Congo. Explorez la RDC, cœur de l'Afrique.
Thank you very much, because I know that many of you, when they think about DRC, they think about war, then they think about diamond, but there is other things that you can see. Je vais parler maintenant en français. Alors, la RDC, c'est aussi ça, c'est le poumon écologique, un des poumons écologiques de la planète, avec l'Amazonie, avec Bornéo et Mekong. Nous détenons à pratiquement 47% des réserves tropicales humides du continent et du monde. Et nous avons 10% des réserves d'eau douce de la planète. Alors la question que je me pose ici, comment développer le tourisme tout en préservant l'environnement? C'est ça la question majeure pour mon pays. Et comment aussi impliquer la jeunesse dans ce développement-là? La virginité touristique de la RDC, si je peux m'exprimer ainsi, c'est aussi son opportunité, c'est aussi une chance pour nous. Bien que nous ayons quand même été parmi les premiers pays en Afrique à avoir un parc national, qui est le parc de Virunga. Le 21 avril prochain, nous allons fêter les 100 ans du parc de Virunga et je vous inviterai à venir faire un tour pour découvrir ce que nous avons comme patrimoine mondial. Je peux parler entre autres des gorilles de montagne et des gorilles de plaine. 80% des gorilles des montagnes, par exemple, sont en RDC et les 20% restants sont partagés entre l'Ouganda et le Rwanda. La RDC, c'est aussi un sous-continent qui permet d'explorer donc différentes avenues. Mais pour y arriver, je peux me lever pour me montrer cette carte. Ce diagramme explique un peu notre approche. Je peux me lever, can I wake up? Vous pouvez voir qu'il y a plusieurs éléments qui permettent de créer de l'emploi pour les plus jeunes et surtout de développer les régions les plus éloignées. Si on parle par exemple de transport, nous développons avec des jeunes entreprises des compagnies de transport. Si on parle d'hébergement et de restauration, il y a des petits sites qui peuvent être créés par les nationaux. Le but étant que toute cette synergie permette à des centres ruraux, locaux, de devenir des centres de développement. Parce que nous avons près de 10 sites de l'UNESCO considérés comme des aires protégées. Mais comment protéger ces aires-là si les gens qui vivent autour de ces aires-là ne profitent pas de cette protection? Pour préserver l'environnement, en même temps que nous allons développer les centres ruraux où il y a des possibilités, c'est le modèle que nous présentons ici et qui est un écosystème qui amène le développement. On m'a dit qu'il y a quelques années ici, Punta Cana n'était pas ce qu'il est aujourd'hui. Mais il y a eu des partenariats publics-privés entre, par exemple, l'entreprise Melia et votre pays qui ont permis de développer ici tout ce qu'on voit aujourd'hui. C'est le genre de partenariat que nous voulons développer aussi, qui vont permettre justement d'avoir un impact sur les communautés locales, tout en préservant l'environnement et en créant des entreprises locales qui permettent le développement dans les milieux les plus reculés. I have to stop there because when I start talking about this, I can talk about an hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Para los que no tengan un traductor de francés o no hablan francés, el ministro se acaba de comprometer de invitarnos a la República del Congo. Entonces, el compromiso está hecho, esperamos estar pronto por allá. Ayula, you are the founder of Bedouin Limited. How does Bedouin Limited leverage its service as a product model to drive innovation in the industry, such as tourism and hospitality?
Gracias. I've been practicing my Spanish, so I'll say buenos dias to everybody. It's a wonderful opportunity to be here today. I'm actually I'm flying the flags of two countries. The first is my home country, Nigeria, and the second is my current country of residence, which is Canada, where I'm also schooling at the University of Waterloo, doing my master's degree in business, entrepreneurship, and technology. So when I started Bedouin 13 years ago, the focus for us was how we could use creative ways to find innovative solutions. And so we do this with a lot of research and design thinking. And in the process, after consulting for a number of companies, I got involved in the tourism industry, through the Nigerian government, which is the NTDC, designing solutions for them. It was in this time that we were able to find that there were a lot of gaps in that space. And along the line, we've developed a number of solutions. The first one started in 2022, which we call the Tourism Hackathon, Nigeria. The focus for us is, if you know Nigeria, there's a very large youth population that are very, very talented. So we designed this hackathon, which essentially is to find solutions through the application of technology that will jumpstart the tourism ecosystem. And in that time, we've managed to identify like 15 startups, and we've also supported like 100 young entrepreneurs. The solution was actually spotlighted at the G20 summit in India in 2023. And on the final note, I'm currently building a solution through the use of artificial intelligence, which is called Kintrace for us. We've seen that there is a possibility for Africans in diaspora to be able to trace their ancestry. And we can't do this without aggregating a lot of data, So we're currently incubating this at the University of Waterloo in Canada. And it might interest you to know that we've also now found that it's not just an African problem. Apparently, immigrants, people migrate every day. So I've spoken to people from Pakistan, India, China, the Philippines, Colombia, Guyana. All of these people are looking for possible ways to tell their stories, through a platform, which is essentially what we're building out with Kintrace. So those two solutions are those ones that focus on tourism, culture, and the preservation of heritage. That's what we're building at Bedouin. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayula. The use of technology to grow and raising the bar constantly in the entrepreneurship is very important. And in the following of the same line, Andres, you are the founder of SOS Carbon. Please tell us an overview about SOS and how does SOS Carbon's innovative technology for sargassum contribute to both environmental sustainability and carbon offsetting efforts, essentially in coastal regions heavily impacted by sargassum blooms?
Gracias, Javier. Me voy a mantener en el español. Gracias, ONU Turismo, por tenernos aquí y, por también reconocer nuestro trabajo a través de los años. Gracias a la República Dominicana en su representación del ministro Collado por siempre abrir las puertas no solamente a emprendedores, pero también al resto del mundo, dando un precedente en lo que es la República Dominicana y cómo seguimos impulsando nuestro turismo, nuestra economía. Me voy a enfocar en lo que es cierto el lenguaje, el punto central de esta cumbre, que entiendo uno de esos puntos es la inversión y cómo seguimos impulsando el turismo. Un lenguaje común de los inversionistas, indiferentemente del idioma, son dos puntos centrales. Es el retorno y el riesgo. Y el cambio climático afecta a ambos. ¿Cómo? Si tenemos impacto de huracanes, invasiones de sargazo, pérdida de la biodiversidad, incremento de enfermedades, entre otros, pues eso afecta directamente un incremento del riesgo en lo que es la inversión cuando nos enfocamos en los diferentes turismos, en los diferentes destinos. Ese riesgo, cierto, siendo aún mayor para regiones como el Caribe, vulnerables a lo que es el cambio climático y aún más a estos riesgos. Pero también puede representar una oportunidad. ¿Por qué una oportunidad? Porque desarrollando tecnología y también entendiendo la infraestructura localmente que tienen estos países, podemos aprovechar estos impactos como son las invasiones de sargazos, de algas, para aprovecharla como materia prima y así impulsar otras industrias sostenibles. En SOS Carbon, que somos una organización que nace en el MIT, efectivamente desarrollando tecnología que pone como pilar a nuestras comunidades, pues nos hemos centrado en cómo aprovechar esta crisis climática para tenerla como un recurso de materia prima y así impulsar otras industrias sostenibles. Ya estamos en la agricultura con fertilizantes orgánicos, bioestimulantes y otros insumos y seguimos innovando en lo que es el campo de aprovechar crisis climáticas para convertirla en oportunidades y así pues posicionar a nuestros destinos en lo que es ser más atractivos para incrementar el retorno y disminuir el riesgo. Gracias de nuevo por tenernos aquí.
Muchísimas gracias, Andrés. Creo que todos hemos visto el incremento justamente del sargazo en las diferentes playas del Caribe y hace un momento platicando con Andrés, nunca he tenido el gusto de estar en África, pero me decía que es parte de lo que comparten ambos continentes y esta huella del impacto ambiental que estamos teniendo hoy en día se está viendo reflejada en lo que está tratando de solucionar justamente la compañía de Andrés. Siguiendo en la misma línea, siguiendo con el tema de impacto social y siguiendo con el idioma español, Miguel Ángel Carvajal es el co-founder de Get Up en Go Colombia, una compañía que está buscando rescatar las zonas post-conflicto en Colombia. Él creó una solución junto con su equipo que justamente está impulsando el recibir a jóvenes de diferentes lugares del mundo a tener una estancia en esta región, generar inclusive alguna actividad de voluntariado. Miguel, platícanos por favor cómo una solución como Get Up and Go integra este modelo de turismo sustentable con todos estos esfuerzos de regresar la paz a la región en donde tú estás trabajando y cómo un modelo como este inclusive se pudiera replicar en otras partes del mundo.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So well, something really important before answering the question is to give a context to it. So I come from Colombia, the second most biodiverse country in the world. You are all invited to the beauty of nature and the warm hearts of people. But well, definitely if there's beautiful things like Cartagena, Medellin, and Bogota, there's also problems like in every country. But especially in the southwest of Colombia, the area where I'm from, we had bigger challenges. Actually, some of the guerrilla groups that were part of the armed conflict were born in my region, and then the conflict is very, very, very strong even in some of these times. So well, we're walking to peace, and then there was some areas that were war zones before, but that now are safe, secure, and that they are beautiful. So what we're trying to do is to bring tourists to these areas. So I think that the beauty of tourism is its transformative power. And for that, I want to tell you how tourism used to be 8 years ago when we started and how it is now. So the first thing is definitely that in Colombia, only 5% of people speak English, meaning that the international tourism has a big gap to be covered. For that, we started to partnership with universities who taught languages, English and French, in order for them, university students, to be guides for the international tourists that we were receiving. Before us, there was only Spanish tours in the cities and in the rural zones of Cauca, my region. Now, we can receive tourists in German, French, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So we can have a better possibility to have a bigger and a stronger connection with tourists. The second one, it's the stay. So usually in my capital city, Popayan, people will stay for 1 day. And they will basically stay because they were coming from Ecuador to the north part of Colombia, especially to Cali, the salsa capital. So well, they will stay for just 1 day to know the capital, a beautiful colonial city, or they may stay for 1 week if they wanted also to go around the rural zones. But was it possible to stay longer? The answer that we had is yes. Now we have a program for people who want to be volunteers in Popayan and in the rural zones of Cauca. They stay within 1 month to 11 months. So we're partnership with different organizations, the German government, and different platforms all around the world in order to bring people to our region so they can work together along locals. They can build infrastructure. They can build solutions. They can teach people what they know, and they can also do art, as murals are very, very important for the transformative power of culture. Finally, we teach and we learn from one another. Spanish is spoken for more than 500 million people in the world. And to every volunteer tourist we have, we teach them Spanish so they can connect in a deeper way with the people. But we also teach English, German, French to the locals, so they can also connect from a cultural perspective. So we believe that by doing so, we're transforming and contributing to peace building, as peace building needs a bridge, a language so we can understand one another. It needs time so people can stay and get to know one another, and also needs a connection that goes beyond just getting to know the cities and the rural zones. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miguel Ángel. Justo ayer hablaba con Miguel Ángel de la oportunidad que existen modelos como Get Up and Go, de replicarlo justamente alrededor del mundo, porque existen lamentablemente muchas regiones en conflicto o post-conflicto. Yo soy de Sinaloa, México, no necesito decir más, ¿no? Y entonces creo que justamente modelos como este son ejemplares para levantar otra vez y reintegrar inclusive el tejido social. Tuta, you are the founder of Kamajona in Namibia. Kamajona offers this amazing experience in between co-living experience, but also a volunteer experience for young people traveling around the world. Please tell us more about Kamajona, and please share with us some examples of how Kamajona's model have a good impact and transformed the life of local communities.
Thank you so much for having me here. By the way, Kamachona means muchacho in Spanish, and that's the only Spanish word I know. So, yeah, so Kamachona, we specialize in long stay tourism because we believe this is more sustainable. We really believe in we are all about the community. We believe in the power of collaboration. So we offer, we have a co-living space and also offer tours, experiential safari tours. And we understand that young people are traveling different compared to the previous generation. They want to be more involved in the local community. And also the most important thing, they can work remotely. So Kamachona create this space where they can live together, they can work and also host a lot of different activities. We host like skill sharing nights or traditional cuisine night and other different educational activities. So the aim is just to bring them closer to the community and also for them to connect with the locals. Our tours are also more focused on wildlife conservation and the beautiful sceneries of Namibia. I don't know if anybody who's familiar with Namibia realizes that the country is more about the wildlife and a big land. So what we are trying is just to bring people to stay more in the city and learn and connect with the locals than just going on a safari and seeing the endless desert. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Tuta. We have a new goal in our bucket list, and it's to visit Kamachona in Namibia. Cantal, you founded Picala Bikes in Morocco. You are not from Morocco. You came to Morocco, and you can tell us more about it. You have 60 youngsters currently employed at Picala in Morocco, 23,000 children educated, and 650 women learn to cycle. With a mission to inspire the audience, how can a model like Picala have a good impact on global tourism?
Okay, thank you very much. A very good question, indeed. So yeah, Picala means bike in local Moroccan street language, slang. And the idea is that what we do, we offer authentic, bicycle tours for tourists. So it's an ecotouristic service, and these tours are guided by locally trained Moroccans. And the aim is that the revenues of all these tours, they go and benefit the local community. So we make sure that tourism is extremely powerful. We know that. This is why we're here all together. And we want to make sure that tourism helps the community directly and indirectly. And this is why we have set up this model where our profit, our trainings, support all the social activities that we do within the organization to empower kids, communities, the city. Morocco is a very high, has a very high density in the cities. So over 60% of the population lives already in cities. That's very high. And so cities are under a lot of pressure. Mobility, sustainability, and therefore we want to make sure that the bicycle becomes an asset both for the community and for tourism. So that is part of that is our big mission. That's what we're aiming at. We're located in 3 cities in Morocco and trying to expand. And yeah, your question is like, how could we give impact to the global tourism? Now that is a challenging question. I think that we need, we need these moments like today to be here, to be part of this event, this Congress of the UNWTO, to learn from each other, to build bridges, to make sure how can we support small initiatives like mine, Picala, to extend its power, to duplicate, to find ways to new countries, to new destinations, because this is a concept that is very duplicatable, and yeah, we would be very happy to see if we can give that impact to other countries and other destinations.
Thank you, Cantal. Algo que me parece sumamente inspirador de los emprendedores que conozco es que se enamoran de un problema, se obsesionan con solucionarlo y buscan cualquier alternativa, no precisamente un modelo de negocio per se, sino que van pivotando o iterando con la intención de encontrar cómo solucionar ese problema. Desde un emprendedor que tiene un producto o que crea productos para solucionar diversas causas, hasta renta de bicicletas, espacios de co-living o una compañía que junto con el MIT está solucionando el problema de sargazo en el mundo. Panelists, we would like to continue, but we don't have more time. I'd like to hear your final thoughts of this panel. Minister, would you like to add something else?
Yes, I'll try to speak in English, huh? Because at the beginning you asked me what are the innovative way the young people do to do a new way of tourism that preserve the environment. We have a young group of person who create a festival. They call it Congo River Festival, and they take a boat to make the people discover the beautiful and majestic Congo River by boat. And also they do some experience to take out of the Congo River all the bad material like plastic bottles, things like that. And we work with them to make the people discover the country. And as I said at the beginning, Congo is like one of the latest ecological lung of the world, and we need to preserve this and also to see how to stop the war in the north of the country. Congo is a big country, it's a subcontinent, so the war is just in the north of the country, and there is a lot of opportunity to invest in the tourism sector. And as I said at the beginning, I invite every person here to come next year in Congo, because it's 100 years anniversary of the Virunga's park. It's one of the biggest park in the world, and there is a biodiversity, and I need you to come and discover my country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. Ayula, would you like to add something else?
I just want to thank the organizers, UN Tourism, and of course the beautiful country of Dominican Republic. It has been a magical experience for me. I know I'll be going back to my based in Canada to showcase, what I've seen here. And I know this won't be my last time. I would definitely love to engage more with the ecosystem here. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Chantal, I'd like to listen your final thought.
Yeah, I think it was very inspirational to be here and also to meet other very interesting entrepreneurs that are really trying to bring a different story to tourism and have more inclusivity and social impact in their scope. So I think it's very important to acknowledge them and to support them. I think our challenge is really like, how can we scale this? Because we're doing business plus, in my opinion, because we have all of those extra elements to support the community embedded in our strategy. So for me, it's really important that we keep that dialogue going, how we could support this kind of initiatives on policies, on investment, on connections. And I'm very grateful to be here today because I've had already many opportunities to improve, and I hope every one of these amazing people will flourish as well.
Thank you, Chantal. Andrés, ¿te gustaría agregar algo más?
As Dominican myself, I just want to say, right, let's go enjoy a cold Presidente wedding dress, and looking forward to mingle and meet in more depth your different startups and your companies. And yeah, let's do it. Ready for lunch, but please.
Gracias. Miguel Ángel, por favor.
Well, thank you. Thank you to UN Tourism. Thank you to the beautiful country of the Dominican Republic. And I think that a great lesson that I have learned through these days is that we can do it. The world needs a transformation, and I think that tourism has the power to transform it.
Gracias. Tuta?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. I really appreciate the invitation, and a lot of people from my regions, young people, they don't really get opportunities for invitations, big platforms like this, and I really appreciate this opportunity. I met a lot of all these friends, and it's helped us to getting inspired more, and think more out of the box, which is what's Muchacho all about.
Thank you so much, Tuta. Quiero agradecer especialmente a ONU Turismo por pensar en las juventudes, por cerrar de esta manera esta asombrosa cumbre, y muchísimas gracias por darnos oportunidad de tener una voz y un espacio también para presentar lo que los jóvenes alrededor del mundo están haciendo, están impulsando from scratch, y es importante en este punto unir esfuerzos. Gracias otra vez ONU por darnos esta oportunidad, pero los ministerios de cada país también voltear a ver lo que las juventudes locales están realizando, apoyarles de la manera que se pueda, y estoy seguro que van a ser mezclas muy, muy ganadoras. Muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes, y bueno, vámonos a comer y a celebrar.
Gracias, muchísimas gracias a este panel de jóvenes talentos liderando la transformación. Pedimos por favor a nuestros panelistas que pueden pasar al centro. Hacemos una última fotografía rápidamente, por favor. Nuestro moderador, el señor Javier Valdés Agramón, director de Iniciativas Estratégicas y Crecimiento para la TAM en Forbes. Así como también, gracias por esa moderación de lujo. También dar las gracias a Didier, a Ayola, a Andrés, a Miguel, a Tuta y a Chantal por ser parte de esta conversación que pone también la responsabilidad sobre las nuevas generaciones a asumir el liderazgo que también les corresponde para construir esta narrativa en torno al turismo de África y las Américas. Así que muchísimas gracias a ellos por su participación. Y ya para despedirnos, tenemos que hablar de lo siguiente.